Yeah, this is Point Black. Coming in hard and off the car. Coming with the flow straight to the barrio. And coming with the E to the motherfucking street. Coming with the facts. Crack some backs. This is PBNN Point Black. National News. The late edition. That's a fact. And sometimes the ghetto edition as well. You know what I'm saying? So today we see another little joints going down. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it is. And we was talking about in the last joint about the count and how, you know what I'm saying, you can catch my other live on there. You got to track it down because they move my shit around a lot. You know what I'm saying? But we was talking about the count, how Biden was saying that he'd never seen at any time, you've never seen where the count or the legislature took over the election process to verify, a winner. You know what I'm saying? In which he was trying to say that Trump was trying to do. When anybody would do that, they figure they've been cheated, whether they're crooked or not. You know what I mean? So we got to see it that way. You know what I mean? So he was trying to say that, but yeah, but it was you, Biden, and the demon Democrats who cheated the election and used all kinds of method all the way down to January 6th. That's why Pelosi's up there trying to pull a sham right now. You see what I'm saying? So we got to look at that because when we look at that, we see that you was the one who was cheating the election. The legislature, don't pick on the legislature because the legislature should have stepped in, you know what I'm saying, at that time to make sure that the election had a fair liberty to it. You know what I'm saying? The demon Democrats has been cheating for years, and we know that. So we're not worried too much about the crap that he's saying out of his mouth when it comes to that. Somebody needs to do something to get our shit back in order. You know what I'm saying? We need to get our shit back. And from a new and form a new one, as a matter of fact. Not a new government based on completely demolishing the one we have. Just reforming the people who we elect and those who are in there that we put to run. Because if that's the case, then we need to do it ourselves. You see what I'm saying? So we must pay attention to that. You know what I'm saying? And form a new one if we have to. Because it's like it's like a whole lot of clowns up there when you really look at it. When we really look at it, look like a whole bunch of clowns. Don't worry about my son. He out there going to be doing that all the time because he on that video game and he loses his mind over the computer. But we ain't worrying about him. You know what I'm saying? But it seems like to me that there's a lot of clowns in the Republican Party. We need to straighten that up these days. You know what I mean? Seems like there's a lot of clowns in there these days. So we know who's up in there. You know what I'm saying? Flipping like a chicken, like I was saying before. Instead of you play the same game, crossing party lines and so on. You know what I'm saying? Even when it comes to Jim Jordan, he knows she was not responsible for the security breach and all that Jim Jordan was trying to blame on her. But they knew what was going on outside. So if all of y'all knew what was transpiring outside, why you didn't call for help from the National Guard or other military organizations in the process of this happening before the hall was breached, is the question we ask. Don't come with that garbage. You know what I'm saying? So Jim Jordan knew that it was not her responsibility. You know what I'm saying? He knew that. He knew what was going on outside as well. So it was the responsibility of all lawmakers at that time of our nation to step forward and show what they can do. Who was there? Republicans and Democrats. So who was calling who? And while they wait, the breach happened just at the right time. See what I'm saying? Just at the right time. So we know what's going on with that. No, I mean, it doesn't make much sense. There was a breach. There was a breach. But why it took so long for you to call somebody for what was going on? You all knew what was happening and what was transpiring because it was all planned out. Don't talk that bullshit. That's my opinion, that's my mind, and that's the way it's gonna stay. And I want to see concrete evidence. I don't want to see no sham baloney Pelosi up there talking garbage. You need to go eat a baloney sandwich. How old there and get out of government. You see, the old people are paying for a lot of shit that go on these days. Just like the General Sarah said. He said it, and I said it probably 20 years ago, 30 years ago. I'm 57. I said they was doing bullshit then, bullshit now. So what's the difference? You know what I mean? That's why the general had to get on their head. You know what I'm saying? He had to get on their head because there was a breach. There's no way you're going to tell me that it was a surprise. That it was a surprise. Ain't no way you're going to tell me that garbage. Anytime you had Trump recording, asking the guy down somewhere in another state that he looking for 17,000 votes, and I'm like, where my votes? And only his conversation came out around this time. And then next, he's out there rallying the troops. You know what I'm saying? And then it was no surprise. Let's get it there. This was planned out. Pelosi, with your fake behind. You know what I'm saying? We need to know by who is the key. You know what I'm saying? But we may never know. Because we have fun and games going on now. This is a fun and game time. You know what I'm saying? The question, will we get an answer or the truth to this matter? You know what I'm saying? Now we're looking at Hannity. You know what I'm saying? He ain't fooling no one. Sean Hannity over there on Fox News. You ain't fooling no one. If he's not faking to me, he's faking the funk. And he always did that ever since I known him. A flipper flopper. But want to play like he don't do that and he's so serious. You ain't fooling no one. He knows not. He knows not. He knows not to fake the funk. Sean Hannity knows not to fake the funk. He's not a dumb dude. He's a very bright individual, so it seems like he should be more aware of what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, you know what I'm saying, he faking the funk. Come out the walls there. I gotta get some cheese. You look like a weasel. You know what I mean? But like the fuck Fachi, the weasel. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? He has a reason. But he knows who he's working for. Who's paying that money. Shawnee. And I agree with Tucker Carlson. She's an idiot. She has no clue. And I don't care what nobody say. Even that guy that approached Tucker Carlson down south and stepped to Tucker Carlson like he was going to knock Tucker Carlson out in front of his children, saying, fuck your daughter. Oh, I don't care about your daughter and all this and the third. It's an election. And news people, he's just a reporter. So why would you step to him and say he's the worst dude in the world? I don't know. That was completely unnecessary because it ain't going to make no difference what Tucker Carlson said to us. He don't, Tucker Carlson ain't God. And he don't make no decisions for me or no one else. He's just a news reporter in the media. That's it. Let's get that straight. So while you stepping to him, I really don't know. You were looking so foolish. Looking like you could have stand a hillbilly bear. You know what I'm saying? With that stupid garbage. Stepping to Tucker Carlson and then putting that on the news. That ain't no fucking news. That was garbage. Really. And that guy needs to go sit down somewhere and leave the man alone. He has a right to his own opinion, just like you. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you do a live on your channel and say out to the world what you think? Rather than step into Tucker Carlson. It didn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? Faking the funk. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason. But he knows who paid. He knows who's paying. She's an idiot. She has no clue. That's right, Tucker Carlson. Stay in there behind. Don't let that guy intimidate you. And Laura Ingraham said let people come to their own conclusion. No more mandates, no more masks. And that's true. I believe in that. That's what she said on the news. I think it was, forgot what newscast she said it on. The statement could not say it better myself. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody in that bullshit with y'all. You know, I couldn't say it better myself. And that's a fact. So I don't know why it is y'all sitting up there with that bull. You know what I'm saying? And at least somebody have some sense. Some sense. Where clowns stay in the circus too long. You know what I'm saying? Trying to fool the crowd. And what two they're trying to do is to make you walk the tightrope without a net while they are on the ground looking up saying you can do it. We got you. But if you fall, you're on your own. Mm-hmm. Come with that bullshit. Get out of the walls over there. Let me tighten you up a little bit. Get out of the wall, weasel. You know what I'm saying? That's the fire. Hold these out. They got to get up on my shit. Because they know I ain't playing. And two COVID-19 infections in Massachusetts have led to 80 deaths. 80 deaths. And account for more than 5,000 reported cases, increase of 716 a week of vaccinated people after they have been vaccinated. Let's hope that they recover from this. So, what is the Surgeon General and Mitch McConnell thinking about? I really don't know. As of July 12th, 5,492. You know what I'm saying? 92. The number is high, is what I'm saying. If you ask me, and if they die, how is it a breakthrough? That word is a terrible word. Talking about a breakthrough case. That's an excuse like saying collateral damage. Don't come with that garbage. You know what I'm saying? What do you mean breakthrough? That don't sound right at all. So we need you to explain, you know what I'm saying, the breakthrough, because Kamala said it was so life-saving vaccines. That's what she said on the news. I didn't say that. Kamala said it was life-saving. So I'll give her just due on that. She might be right. She might be wrong. But it's the people's decision. What she said. So why is the death rate climbing? We must look at the stats. Not just the science. Because if we look at only the science and not the stats, as to these people showing up and finding out on which ground and where it is to close it down, how will we study only the science? Because the science will lead only to what? More medicine. And more medicine and more medicine. We'll never get clear. Because even if everyone did it, it still would be saying the same thing to make sure that they keep on getting it. So what you're talking about, and nobody paying attention to the stats. And you listen to them about science, but we don't talk to the scientists ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We don't do the science work ourselves. You know? Why? Because if there's a wrong, and all we're studying is that, we can catch it. So they say, before it goes too far. But I'm afraid these dummies made it go too far, believing in everything somebody tells you, no matter what nobody say to you. You're a child. A damn child. You need somebody to hold your hand to cross the street. Because I don't understand why you grow up to be an adult if you are not doing some kind of overstanding in this. You know what I'm saying? And coming up with better conclusions rather than pulling all of us into the garbage. You know what I'm saying? So we see the push a ramping, you know what I'm saying, a conning, a misinformation of many minds, same as the very beginning. So who they talking to? My name is Point Black. You get that straight. You know what I'm saying? You running garbage out there. Because I don't see no real tracing going on anymore. You know what I'm saying? You just waiting for people to show up in the hospital probably. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We need to do more. This confusion came from the very beginning. I see large doses, you know what I mean, was given to inmates COVID in jail, in the jail. Large doses were given of COVID vaccine overdose, asked for a reinstate. Some lady was doing this in the jail and giving them too much medicine, overdosing them, and now she's asking for her reinstatement. You know what I'm saying? And back pay. She should be she should take her earnings and go. Really, she should be fired. We know what she was doing, but then again, she knew what she was doing. But then again, no, she didn't. Because who she following and what she doing, she down now. You know what I'm saying? But yes, she did what she was doing what she was trying to do. Cause a outbreak. You know what I'm saying? Trying to cause an outbreak in the lockup. Saying in here it is in all the prisons. So now it become mandatory in there as well. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It becomes mandatory there as well. So we have to start looking at this thing from a better perspective. This would cause what she did in there. Everyone in the prison have to, be forced to do it. She needs to be removed. She needs to be removed. You know what I'm saying? And that's point facts. You know what I'm saying? Because, it just doesn't look right, her doing this kind of stuff. It's giving a whole lot of things away. The wall effort, you know what I'm saying? People crying up in the walls and shit. I'm so powerful, they got to surround themselves around me and try to be all up in my business, I guess, to go tell other people what I say. And these are adults. Mm-hmm. Sure is. Beast maybe, but I don't know. Now, Business Insider released an report of a man hospitalized, with COVID-19, told by CBS News he still rather just be sick rather than, to get the shot. Well, that's his choice. What you want us to do about that? Isn't that a man's choice? But if he say he was going to get it, I'll get the shot. What you want us to do about that in this news that you put out here? It doesn't make sense. You need to find better things. But anyway, I'll point it. You know what I'm saying? He said he would not get the shot. And I guess Natalie Mosami must sound like a Muslim, in her story report said that, or the man didn't say. I guess he was, I don't know, he might have been confused. And and then she goes on to say, Mrs. Sami, the one doing the report, she went on to say, it shows how hard it will be to convince. Why you got to convince? If a person ain't sick, Mrs. Musami or whatever your name is in this report, why? I don't get it. I don't get it. What we need to be convinced of, you see, you're beginning to give yourself away and you're beginning to look very stupid. Because what are you convincing? If a person ain't sick, If I ain't sick, why would I go to a hospital or a clinic or to my local doctor? Why would I do that? Why would I do that? Some don't make no sense there. So you don't need to convince me of anything. You know how she's saying how hard it would be for everyone, to be convinced into getting the vaccinated. But to the man in the hospital who's been hospitalized, was he sick before he was tested? The very first time? Was he sick before that? Is the question. How did he know he got it? Did he go get tested to find out that he had a cold or something, or a snot booger cold, and he went and got tested, and that's how we knew we got it? I mean, when did he get tested? Did he get tested in the very beginning, 2 years ago, when this thing first started? When did he do it? We need to know before he got sick or not. That goes for Somi C, or whatever her name is, the reporter of that story. Now, you know what I'm saying? Now we see the attack. You know what I'm saying? Now we see the attack. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to come in where this story is kind of weird because they constantly messing with this dude, Governor DeSantis. You know what I'm saying? So I'm coming in on that next joint in a minute. Stay tuned, part 2, for these important messages from the Point Black. What?